This is a quick demonstration of how to make a pivot table in Google Spreadsheets. So please note that the data being used here is a different range than what we are using for the class assignment, so don't expect the results to be the same. However, the process will be the same, and the process is also very similar for Excel if you're using that instead. So here we have the spreadsheet in Google Drive, and first we're going to select all the data in this entire spreadsheet. Notice that we already have header categories. This is really important for creating a pivot table. If you don't have headers, it can't tell as easily what information you want. So we're going to go ahead and select the whole thing by clicking in the square up in the top left, the one right above the number 1 and to the left of A. You can also do a shortcut for select all. Now we're going to go ahead and go to Data and Pivot Table. And this will create a new tab in your spreadsheet and will bring up a blank pivot table. If you happen to select the wrong data or not what you wanted to, you can also edit the range. This will go back to the previous spreadsheet and let you change which data you are pulling from. We're going to look at the question of are you male or female and how many respondents chose the various answers for that question. So for rows, we're going to pick are you male or female. And that now has changed our pivot table to show the categories of responses from that question. Under values, we're also going to say the same question, are you male or female? And notice that it defaults to sum, and the sum is 0 because it's trying to create a sum of answers that are words. They're not a numerical response. So in this case, we're going to do count A, which counts the number of times that those different responses showed up in our survey results. And if we do that, then we get a tally of all the responses and what the responses that people had. Sometimes it will also show a blank option as well. If you had any responses that did not include an answer, it will also show you a total. Just a quick demonstration of how you can sort of build on that. Let's say we wanted to do something else, like showing how this corresponds with something else. You could do something like splitting this up to figure out how many male and female students are born in each month, because that was another question, and what month is your birthday? For example, I don't believe it is necessarily meaningful here, but it is somewhat interesting that there are a lot more female respondents than male respondents who were born in August. You can continue to do this. You can remove factors by clicking the little X's over here in this panel, and it will update automatically in your pivot table. If you change any data in your original spreadsheet, it will also automatically update your pivot table to reflect those changes. Pivot tables are a really, really powerful resource if you're working with a data set. So do take some time to explore it and try a few options and just kind of see what happens. It's pretty hard to mess up because it doesn't affect your original data, so you can always try a number of things until you get the answer that you're looking for.